Hello, people. Sorry, I was having a few technical issues, but it seems to be sorted now. There we go. So give everybody a little bit of time to get ready. You need a watercolor pad. That's what I have. I also have some water and I have my art supplies here. So I'm going to be using some watercolor pencil crayons and some paintbrushes. We're gonna do something tropical today. In North Vancouver today is a snow day, so today everyone is at home. So no better time than to get together and do something online when everyone is at home. Everyone's working from home or stuck on the roads. So I have some brushes here. I'm just gonna get my things ready. So we'll wait for a few more minutes. If you're here, you're welcome to say hello, say hi. We're gonna do something tropical today. And I've got some brushes, so just a variety of different brushes so you guys can get your stuff together. I also have watercolor pencil crayons, and I also like to use watercolor markers. So I'll show you what they look like, but if you don't have any of this, it's okay. You can use pencil crayons. These are the watercolor markers that I use. I'll just show you a few of them. These are Tombow, and I like these because what they do is you can blend them. And then I also have watercolor pencil crayons. These are Artist Loft, and these are also blendable. But if you don't have these for this time, don't worry about it. Just work with what you have. If you don't have watercolor pad, just work with paper pad. I also have a couple of rags to wipe my paint on. I hope you're enjoying your day. Hope you're having fun out there. And maybe you're taking this time right now to come inside and just have a little bit of a break, right? Everybody needs a little bit of a break from the cool outdoors. Right. So in our part of the world today, we have a snow day. I think I said that already. Hi from Patrick. Hi, Patrick. How are you doing today, buddy? I hope you went outside today, Patrick, and enjoyed some of the weather. Okay, so if you have a pencil, we're gonna start. I thought we could do something tropical today because it's not very nice outside and it's cold and snowy, and one of the things we studied last week is snowbirds. And snowbirds are people who skip winter. and they get to experience summer pretty much all year long. So we're gonna do a tropical piece of art today. And I think what we'll do is we'll start with a little beach, okay? So I'm gonna do, you can follow along. So we're gonna do a straight, this will be your horizon line. He did, thank you for asking. Good. I'm just gonna move this over. I'm watching on Facebook at the same time as recording, so I'm just gonna make a couple adjustments before we get going here. Make sure everything is all lined up here. And then we're gonna make a nice big palm tree. And I'm not going to do anything here for the palms yet because I'm going to put in my clouds and my sky and then the beach and the water before I put anything on top for the palm trees, because it'll be really hard to put in all of the details in between the palm tree leaves, right? So we're just going to leave it like that. If you want to have maybe like some coconuts that fell down here, you can add a few. Okay, so these are just fallen ones that fell down from the coconut tree. Perfect, that's all you need. So if you just have pencil crayons, you're welcome to just go in with the pencil crayons and fill in. So I'm going to show you, these are called Artist Loft. These are watercolor pencil crayons. So the cool thing about these is I'm going to show you. So I'm going to color this in. And the really neat thing about these watercolor pencils is that they blend. So once you start to use the water with these, they change. And I'm just going to do about a third of the sky because I want to do a nice tropical looking sunset. So I don't want it all one color. Okay, so then you can grab, so just blue, and then you can grab maybe like a purple. And if you have just pencil crayons, don't worry about the blending part, just work with what you have. So I've got a purple. And I'm gonna do another like third here in purple. So see, it would be really difficult if we put in all the palm trees in here. It would be really tough. And if you don't have a blending watercolors like I do, just go over the color here. So you're going to blend it kind of on its own as well. There we go. And then I'm going to choose like a pink. You can choose yellow or peach. But Miss Monika, she loves pink, so I'm going to choose pink for my bottom here. Pink. I'm going to try to keep it going left to right because that's kind of like gives that sky impression. If I was doing it this way, it might look like rain, right? So I want to keep it side to side. I'm going to go over a little bit of the purple. And if you do have these watercolor pencil crayons like I do, I'm going to just show you what they do. They're really cool. Get my bigger brush here. You gotta hear about this.
Go from idea to illustration faster with generative AI in Adobe Illustrator. Generate custom.
Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to take a paintbrush and then I'm just going to dip it in my water. And then I'm going to watch what happens here. Ooh. And I'm just going to go same thing, left to right, over. And I'm just going to keep adding water to this. If you don't have these pencil crayons, don't worry. Just keep going with what you have. And don't worry about this water blending. If you have regular pencil crayons, this water part won't work. So just work with what you've got. And wouldn't it be nice to be on a beach somewhere today? But you know, the cool thing is that we have our imagination, and we can be on a beach here in our imagination. Anything we want to create, we can do it in our imagination. And with art, a little effort, you can make anything happen, right? So see how nicely those move, and it gives you that real nice effect of a sunset. And you can still see your lines for your tree that you want to put in after. So there you go. Okay, I'm going to put that brush aside, and then I'm going to choose a peachy color for my sand, my tropical sand. All right, and then you're going to do the same thing, but here I'm going to put sand up front, because this is going to be blue water, turquoisey water. So I'm going to put a little bit of this peachy color in the front. I'm just going to go around my coconuts. Good stuff. And if you have brown or a darker peachy color, I think I have a brown here. Let me just check. You can do shading, so it makes things look like they're a bit 3D. So the sun's gonna kind of coming out this way, right? So our shadow is going to be coming towards us. Makes things look a little bit more 3D, you see? Okay, and since you have your brown too, we can fill these coconuts in also. And I'm not going to fill them in all the way. I'm going to leave a little bit of a highlight here to make it look like a 3D ball. And if you have your brown here too, mine is a little bit wet, so I'm not going to go totally too much in here, but I'm going to put in this palm tree trunk. And see how it gets skinnier as it goes up, right? So we want to make it look bigger at the bottom, so that gives it some depth and dimension. And you can also put a little bit more pressure on your pencil around the edges here, so that gives it a 3D look. Okay. Super duper. Now I'm gonna do the water. I'm actually gonna take yellow and blue. So this light blue, I'm gonna do it in the back. Because the water in the tropics, if you look up at some pictures today, if you want, you can see that the water in the tropical countries and in the equator, it's very like green and aqua color. So we're gonna try to fill it in here. But we're also gonna add this yellow color to it. And I'm just gonna do it in one area because we can put a little tiny sun here. This is it, the setting. And that's the reflection here. Okay, now the cool thing is if you do have these watercolor pencil crayons, these are pretty awesome. You can blend this. So let me just get a smaller paintbrush. Oh, here, I have one. And my bigger one. I'm gonna use 2 different sizes this time. So I've got these 2. So I'm gonna gently go over this. And you see how it turns this greeny, turquoisey color with this yellow in there. And if you don't have it, it's okay. You can just watch. Or just keep working on what color your background here is and what color your water is. It's okay. Just keep filling it in. There's no mistake. So, especially when we're at home and we do classes like this, just like out of the blue, we don't have time to prepare. We just use what we have. There's no wrong answer in art. There's always unlimited possibility, just like life. You can do whatever you want. So that's the cool part about, that's what Miss Monika loves the most about art, is that you can do anything. And then I'm gonna take my smaller guy here, and I'm just gonna blend. So you can see how it softens up here, the details. And if you don't have this color, or these, if you don't have these watercolors, what you can do with your pencil crayons is you can start to give your tree some definition. So you can take a pencil crayon and start giving it one triangle, and then another triangle, and then another line, all the way up. You see what Miss Monika's doing there? Perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect, so no trees are ever perfect. So if you've got like some funny little lines that are sticking out or little areas that come out, it's okay. Because nothing in nature is actually like super perfect, you know? And then we're gonna do this guy here, this little guy here, these little coconuts that fell down that we would love to be eating right now on the beach, drinking out of the fresh coconut. It'd be so good. And then because I have this paintbrush, I'm gonna also blend this here, these shadows. If you don't have a paintbrush like mine, if you don't have these watercolors, it's okay. Just use a darker color of a pencil crayon to give that effect of the shadows there. Wet still, that's okay. I'm going to show you how to use these watercolor markers too. So Tombow, Tombow brushes do the same kind of thing as the watercolor pencil crayons do. They blend, but their time frame is shorter. So you have to work with them a little bit quicker than with the pencil crayons. But these just turn out, the color turns out much more vibrant than with the watercolor pencil crayons. But again, whatever you've got at home, right? Whatever you have is totally fine. Everybody's can draw the same image or something like the same, but your own spin on it with what you have, right? So don't worry. If you don't have the same as me, that's okay. And see, I can take this as well and blend it, move it over. So what I like about these watercolors, these are Tombow watercolors. They're called watercolor markers, and they're nice because they last a long time, and the color you can see is like so vibrant. Plus you can pull it, see? Into different parts of the image. Very little water, very little effort. Cool, huh? Still pretty wet there, but that's okay. There we go. Now I'm going to take maybe a little bit of yellow too, and I'm going to put it in here. And one of the things about perspective is that when we bring something forward, we want it to go out. So it's kind of like a triangle here, you see? And that's what gives it that perception and that depth that that sun is really far away. And again, if you don't have the blendable watercolors, it's okay. Just use a pencil crayon or crayons, whatever you have, to go over top of your water here and give it the reflection, the sun. I'm going to put some in here too. In the sky. And then I'm going to blend it out a little bit. And for those of you who are tuning in from other places, we want to say thank you. We appreciate your following us and sharing, and this blended up so I can take it and wipe it a little bit. We appreciate you guys following us, and this year is our 15th anniversary. Can we believe it? I started this company 15 years ago, and I just finished 15 years in business. I'm so grateful and so happy for all of our students and everybody who's come through the programs, all the people who are in our online membership. It's amazing. We've done so much good work out there, and I just love sharing all these cool masterpieces and lessons so that you too can create whatever you want in your life. Because I really think that once you know that you can create something here, you can create it anywhere. You just need a little bit of a plan, right? Okay, so I'm going to take an olive, and this is a watercolor pencil, and I'm just going to give myself some lines here, maybe 4, so you can see. And I'm going to take it all the way down across the water and into the sky. And because I have the watercolor markers, I'm going to blend this a little bit so you can see these lines better. You can also start using a marker if you want to on this. Blend that out a little bit so you can kind of see it a bit better. Pretty neat. Now I'm going to take a watercolor marker. If you have a marker, you can take a marker too, or you just continue to use your pencil crayons. I've got two different colors of markers, so I'm going to use these two. So there's like a lighter green and a darker green. These are the Tombos again. I'm going to start with the darker one, and you guys can really see what I'm doing. Okay, now what we're going to do, this is a bit wet still, so I'm going to start adding in some lines. And these are the palms. Because you know, in tropical countries, they don't have Christmas trees like we do here in North Van. They have palm trees. Palm trees with coconuts. And the cool thing about doing trees is that you don't have to worry to make anything perfect, because again, trees are not perfect. And then we're going to do the other side here too. We're going to add some palm leaves on this side. And you're going to kind of go with the direction of which palms go which way. To make it look a little bit more realistic. Now, if you don't have these like I do, you can just take your marker and you can give it more, turn your marker one way, or your pencil crayon, and add thicker lines, you see? You don't have to go over top. When you add in between, it gives it more dimension, so you don't have to make it go over top of all your lines. You just add in a little bit here and there, and it gives it more dimension. See how cool that is? If you do have the watercolor markers, what we can do is just add a little bit of blending in between here. And I just use water. What I like about these is that it's very easy. I travel with these a lot because it's very easy to pack into a little bag. And I don't need a lot of supplies. I just need water, a rag, everything I can fit. I have a little travel art bag that goes with me everywhere I go. Okay, here we go. So let that dry. And I have a black marker in here somewhere, so I'm going to find my black marker. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of black to the palm tree. So once I start adding black, if you have a pen, this will work with the pen too. You don't have to have these markers. You can do it with a pen as well. Once you start adding the black, you'll see it'll start to pop out more. And that gives it that kind of finished, polished look. So, and if you want, you can add in your triangles here. And they go each way. you don't have a marker, just use your pencil crayon, whatever you like. I can't wait to see these. Also should mention that today, once you finish your art class online and you send in your images, you can either post them in the link here or send them to us via email. You'll be entered to win a big prize pack, and that will include these watercolor pencil crayons, plus some other art supplies that you can try out for future online art classes as well, or to use whenever you're feeling like you want to work at your own time at home, right?
Per pound on fresh bulk cherries.
So there we go. So we're going to keep going here.
33% in savings. Walmart, save money, live better.
So I'm just going to go all the way up with this guy. There, see how cool? That just popped right out. I'm gonna blend it just a little bit. Might add some little shading here, because these watercolor markers, they give you a lot without having to have a lot. See, they just blend, which is really cool. If you want to put some of that black in here too, you can. It'll just make it stand out a little bit more. Same within here. So don't forget, keep going until you finish. I'm going to help you through all the way to the end here. And don't forget to take a picture and send it in. You can send it through our website or go to our email, mabartstudio@gmail.com, and send in your entry so that you get entered to win the art supply prize pack for today. You have to enter by 11:59 p.m. That's tonight at midnight. And then tomorrow at noon, we're going to announce the winner. I also have this really cool thing here too. These are called Faber and Castell. These are art fine liner pens. So these are special markers. These don't blend and they're thin. So you can go around. You can give some definition here to your coconuts. Wouldn't it be great to be on a beach today? Oh, maybe we should start an art school in one of these hot countries. Hey guys, what do you think? Could do remote learning. We could have homeschool teachers teaching. It would be wonderful. And then if you want, you can use this. You can also use a pen. If you don't have this, try a pen. You can add some black in here to give these palm leaves some additional definition, you see? So see what that does when you give the black? Just makes it pop out a little bit more. These come in all different sizes too, so you can get thicker ones or thinner ones, whatever you fancy. The only thing with watercolor is that the paper kind of bends as we go, so I'm just going to hold it down here because it warps a little bit because of the water. Now if you want, you can put in some coconuts in here too. Probably use my marker just to make it a little bit darker. I read a fun fact about snowbirds. I read that there's over 1 million people every year from Canada that go and they skip winter. I'm gonna take some of my pink too, and I'm gonna put it in here. In the ocean, in the water. Isn't that neat? Some people, I was reading about one couple, and they haven't seen winter in 8 years because they always leave during the winter time. But it's really cool. There's lots of places right now around the world too that have complete opposite seasons from us too. So for example, in New Zealand, they are in summertime. So they have the opposite that we do. Opposite weather. And Miss Monika has white paint. So I'm gonna do a little bit of white paint here at the bottom to make it look like that foamy stuff when the beach hits the waves. The waves hit the shore. You get a little bit of this foamy stuff. So I'm gonna show you the technique, and if you don't have paint with you, it's okay, but I'll show you. I'm gonna take a brush. I'm gonna take actually my smaller one, this guy, and I'm just gonna dab. And this will dry that way too. Acrylic, this is acrylic paint, so this will dry with this texture inside it. And if there's anything that you want us to add in, you can put it in different places. We'll let that dry. I'm also going to show you this other cool thing I have. Is, let's see, what do we got here? I have blue. So this is a pigment. This is blue. This is really cool. So what I do here is I put in a little bit of this pigment. That's a bit much. I don't need that much. This again, it goes really long way. And I'm just going to take some water and dilute this so you can see what happens. Look at that. It turns it kind of like a paint. And I'm going to add it in. So what this stuff does, it makes it like shiny. when you walk by this piece of art, it'll change colors. So these are fun. These are called pigments. And they come in all kinds of different colors, golds and silvers. And if you want, you can add in a bit here. You can take that. I'm just going to dab it in here, see? So it makes it look like it's crashing into the shore. Pretty cool, huh? And I have this other color. This is a lighter one. So if you want to add some light in here too. You give another dimension, another layer. Going in with a little bit of dark.
Life is full of distractions, like this clarinet solo. But you don't have to put up with distractions in your photos.
There we go. All right, we're at the home stretch here, guys. Home stretch. That looks beautiful. I'm going to add in a little bit more shadow right here. Maybe a little bit more around these coconuts. And then I'm just going to blend mine a little bit more. And if you want, you can add in some birds in the distance. Give it a little bit more perspective. I think I'm just going to add a little bit more yellow. Maybe some purple. And then maybe some blue at the top, right? And then we'll be looking pretty good. because I have these markers, I'm gonna blend. But you don't have to. I'm gonna blend just a little bit. I don't want to ruin anything that I did with my palm tree. That's why we did it before. I just want to kind of enhance a little bit. And I have my favorite pink, so I'm gonna show you the pink too, and then we will be, just be careful not to get your seagulls. Nice. I could probably do a little bit in the water too. I have my pink marker. I'm gonna put some pinks in here. And maybe some in the water too. Tropics, there's always very beautiful, colorful sunsets. So we did our best, didn't we, today, putting in so many different colors in here.
I know tonight is a strange evolutionary process, but mankind won't be destroyed. The fact that you and I are working here today.
So I want to say thank you for tuning in today. And if you enjoyed this video, please share it with someone. These videos, we keep them up for quite some time on our Facebook page. If you haven't gone through, there are 300 or so videos on our Facebook account that you can watch at any time when you need a little bit of inspiration or some creativity, or it's snowing or raining and you don't want to go outside. Or even if you're an adult and you need a little bit of stress relieving, these are great little things to do. Challenge yourself, create something, learn a new skill. And the last thing you're going to do is you're going to put your name on it somewhere. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. And I can't wait to see all of your images come through. So remember, I'm going to put them in the comments here. I'll put our email address in the comments. If you don't have it, you can send us your drawings. Okay, so thank you so much, you guys. I hope you have a great rest of the afternoon. And for those of you who are local and you're watching and you're in our after school program, I hope to see you tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be snowing anymore today, but who knows? And just remember, even if it is snowing outside, or if there's something going on in the outside world, you can always turn to art. You can always turn to your imagination to make your life brighter, just like we did today. We created something from nothing. So I hope you have a great afternoon, and I can't wait to see all of your pictures, you guys. Have a good one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good luck.